hard. It was they were next door to each other, so I was like, okay, I can get 2 jobs, and I was trying to like keep up my car payments. So I just bought this Chrysler 300. I'm like, all right, let me make sure I keep up my payments. Yada yada. Got 2 jobs. But yeah, they were right next door to each other, and it was say Cocoa Walk. So like, I mean, the traffic wasn't that crazy, like as if it was an Aventura Mall. But it was a franchise. The restaurant was a franchise, so they would have big owners coming through, like having meals, and it was like really intimate and small. Like they had 10 tables at most, and the staff was only like compiled of 5 people, so it wasn't that hard. But like, I mean, if it was on a late night, it was like intense. But like, I didn't do both jobs in the same day. Like I try to balance it type thing. So like it would be sometimes it would be like the same day, but like I go home, rest, and then come back. It was kind of fun because like we all knew each other. The Victoria's Secret girls always used to come over and eat, and like we just was always close. So like it was easy in a sense, and the Victoria's Secret store was slow. Like it didn't really get that much traffic, but I was paid hourly, so I'm like, it's cool.
I mean, cool. It was Cocoa Walk probably get live like on the weekends.
Yeah, that's
like
good.
That. So it's you know. I can stand Victoria's Secret, but I know the restaurant was always...
Yeah, because they had specials, and it was a different type of Japanese restaurant. It was like the handheld cone sushi rolls. So it was like, it was in that phase when it just came out. Well, I don't know if it just came out, but like for that store, they didn't really have any other restaurants. So like people love to come there for like these ice cream cone sushi rolls.
Did you what did you when you was there? You was like a waiter, or did you actually?
I was a waiter.
You were a waiter, so like how was that? Like,
that was good because like the franchise owners, like people come through, you know, they're like they put their deal in on the franchise, but it was big ballers, so they would tip me like 50 or 100 easily. So like, man, I want to keep this show. This is dope, man. This is dope. Like, it was dope. I mean, I had to like sacrifice, you know, like my creative spirit in terms of like how I had to dress because I had to wear a uniform, but it was cool. I did what I had to do. Like I realized when you do work a 9 to 5, like all my 9 to 5s I had to wear black, except Urban Outfitter. I had to always wear all black, and it like it really crushed my creative spirit. I was like, I love color. I like black too, but I love color. Like I'm flamboyant, really. Like before you met me, I was more flamboyant than that. Like Showtime though, Showtime, all of the squad. Like that's where I met the squad at Urban. They saw how flamboyant I was. So it was like, and now it's like, I'm like watered down now, but it's cool. It's
cool. So after that, then that's when you got the connections with Art Central Miami.
Yeah.
So how did that come about?
So I knew Mula through a coworker at Urban because they were girlfriends, and she hit me up out of nowhere because her new partner. They had a establishment that they just bought together, and she was just running the idea about me. She was like, "Oh, so I want to like start having art shows, I know you do art. You be down to like do this type of stuff." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm down. It's dope. I can't wait for it to happen." Then she started putting out the flyers, and after that was history. Like I just kept doing shows.
Kept doing shows, and then like during that time, like was you able? Like, what was your first break from that connection? Like, what was like the most? You ain't gotta put numbers, but what was like the most sold art piece that you ever done? That you ever sold?
Oh, it was actually that night. That night through Art Central. Like on the spot, I sold a piece to what's her name, Sierra Blah. Her. But I guess she didn't have like the money on her at the time, so Mula's mom just threw the bread. She just threw the bread. I'm like, okay, I see you. And I never saw people just threw money like right then and there to buy art. Like usually people like, okay, I'll think about it. I think I might buy it. I'll come back to you later type thing. Like, okay.
That's what's up. So to this day you still work with the same people, like Art Central Miami and Mula and them, right?
Yeah, I literally just had a show called Music and Chill, and it was at what is now the new Art Central Miami, Miami Warehouse. Okay. It's like right next door, but bigger. I don't know if you've been to it yet.
No, I haven't been to it. I had a cause I was at Art Central Miami, then I had a hiatus.
Yeah, I know.
A lot of people.
Because I guess you were starting to interview people or something.
No, it wasn't even that. Like even before, like I started doing the podcast, it was even because I'm doing a lot right now. Like I got my own clothing brand and all that stuff with the marketing page too. I just went in a deep hiatus, you know, just wanted to be to myself for a while and stuff like that. Yeah. And then right when I got back, you know, up and running, I started noticing people who was like, damn, Anonymous, where you been at? Yeah. Because my feel was I wanted to stop because I was going to school too. I'm going to school now, but it was back when I was, you know, going to school, like, I was trying to get back up, you know, because my GPA was low, so I was like, let me get back up so I could graduate from FIU. Okay. So when I started popping up again, people was like, damn, where you been at? Like we thought you like something bad. I'm like, no, I still keep up with people like on the low, like on social media, but I wasn't really posting stuff like that. Yeah. But yeah, like I've trying to get back with everybody and stuff, like with the connections and stuff like that. Because once I told people, especially for being a DJ and stuff, once you lose that connection, because I was on the road, like I was like meeting new people like yourself and getting great connections. But I don't know, at the time I was just trying to still figure out, you know, what I really want to do. Yeah. Still kind of is, but I have, you know, a mind. Like I have like a clear mind of everything I want to do. It's just about like just building it up again and stuff like that. Okay. You know? So I was in a little hiatus, but so you still doing that, but you also doing like your own things right now as well. Like what is the like?
Elaborate? Okay, so aside from now, I mean, like, I'm a full-time artist, so, you know, I do what I can to reach out to clientele. Like, I pretty much get most of my support doesn't even come from, like, Instagram. Yeah. I thought it would. It kind of did start that way, based off of me, like, drawing celebrities and reposting, or drawing just people with a high following count and then reposting, or just having a lot of giveaways and people sharing my like giveaway content, that type of thing. But on Tumblr is where I've been making the big sales. So I was like, okay, well, people were breaking bread on Tumblr, but I realized Tumblr is a sharing platform. Yeah. So that's like one of the best social platforms for visual artists, because it just all day, all people are doing is reposting. Yeah. So what could that hurt? And they don't care either. They're like, okay, whatever. I repost all day, and then next thing you know, somebody sent my DM about, hey, can I buy this piece from you? Can I get this? I'm like, oh wow, this is really cool. But
have you have like a big celebrity hit you up yet?
Yes.
You ain't gotta name them, but it was just one or a few.
I mean, yes, it was definitely one. It was one. It was for like a jacket, like the camo. You saw the camo jackets I've been doing. Yeah. It was actually recently. Like that. It was like last year. Like, but he just hit me up. I was like, okay, I see you.
So now the you got your own brand now as far as like the fashion. So what's like?
But I actually didn't make anything yet. That's the crazy part.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I have this is the thing. I had the rooftop fashion show. I don't know if you heard about that one. I did that during Basel like 2 years ago. But I did that. I was the event coordinator. Yeah. But I was so focused on making sure the event was right that I barely got to finish my collection. Like Smitty was in that show. Ace Smitty, I don't know.
Yeah. Smitty. I'm actually going. Shout out to Smitty.
Shout out to the dog, Smitty. What's up,
Smitty? I've been paying attention to her too. She do everything. The modeling.
Like we were like one of the same.
Yeah.
Well, that's my dog.
I gotta have her on one of these episodes.
Yes, you got to. That's the homie. You gotta do it. But I was so busy. Coordinated the show. I barely got to finish even the day of the show. Like, it was chaotic that day. But I still got it done. But yeah, none of my models got to wear any of my stuff. Okay. They're able to still model for everybody else in the show, though. That was the good part. I'm glad I got models for them casting a model for everybody in the show, not just for me. Because then everybody just would have been there like, okay, so we're here and we didn't get to wear anything. But it was dope. I did that, but I intend on really releasing my official like mini collection just to start off people so they can understand what my design aesthetic is like through my solo show. So that's when I'm gonna be dropping that. Cause I actually dropped the top. I don't know if you've seen it, but like I like it was a like cool billowy top that's like floral and denim, but it's like a crossbody on Instagram.
I think I gotta see it. I gotta see it because and so you have models and stuff like that. The model your.
I mean, I know a bunch of models, but I mean, I haven't. Yeah, I know who to hit up. Exactly when I need to when it's done. Like especially the last models. Like I told them when I finish this collection, I'm gonna have a photo shoot probably, but I end up not even finishing it because life happens. A lot of stuff is happening.
No, because I was asking because I have my own clothing brand called Random Store Clothing, and right now I'm at the point where I don't have the funds, but I'm willing to, because a lot of people reached out about my brand, about wearing it for free and stuff like that, that's like the marketing. So I'm like, I'm at a point right now that I want to do that. Okay. But I also want to do like, on my first episode of the podcast, I had my boy Cam. He does, I don't know if you heard Oaks.
Oaks? No.
It's over a trillion, I think, what's it called? I forgot the meaning of it. Yeah, over a trillion serve. It's called Oaks. It's based down here. But like, he go to these little runaways and little like, modern events and stuff like that, like showcases. And I'm trying to do the same thing that y'all doing, like just have models read, do the do the little collection things and stuff like that. Like, can you teach me how to, like what's the process of that?
The process of that, literally, you cast them. You have a casting, like you have a meeting. That's what the casting is, a meeting for models to pretty much walk, and you get to see who would be a cool fit for the collection for the walk, and you schedule the show. I don't know like how you would do it, but if you had an event coordinator, through the event coordinator, you guys have the date set for the show, and they just wear your stuff, and they walk in your stuff in the runway. It's really like, when it comes to runway walks, it's usually a song long, and like 3-4 minutes. So like they all walk for like a good 20 seconds, it's 15 to 20 seconds up and down, and that's it. It's like, it's real simple.
That's something I need to work on. But so I see you doing tattooing too as well. Have you been doing it? You have been doing it, or you just?
I've actually doing it for a while, but combined over the years, I've been doing it in full for a good 4 years. I've been doing it sporadically because it was like out of my crib, like literally out of my room. I had like tattoo friends out of my room, and then I finally got the rooftop space. The rooftop space is where I was tattooing. Underneath, I had a studio with like 3 other friends that we rented out. And I would tattoo out of there, I would design, I would paint. But up top, I have my classes, I teach classes, and I throw events and like stuff. That's what I have up top. But I finally had a space there to tattoo a little bit more. But then I realized, people scream, people like yell, people do this while you're getting tattooed. And it's an office space right where the owner was, and he's like, okay, I don't know if that'll work here. Like, okay, that didn't work. So I mean, I ended up like ended the lease there like after a short amount of time, and then out of nowhere, I'm on Twitter. I reposted Sylvan LaQ's song, and his manager saw it and reposted it, and like was checking out my page and realized I was a tattoo artist. It just so happened the tattoo artist that they had left because she was homesick, and that was his shop, right? That we're in right now, 1804. So like, all right. She hit me up out of nowhere. It just perfectly aligned how like I just came here because I'm half Haitian. But
it's little Haiti.
And it's little Haiti. So I'm like, it's helping me get back in touch with my Haitian roots because I live with my American family all my life. So it's like, I barely can speak Creole. So I'm like getting into it after my grandma passed. It's like half of my family like moved up to New York. So I'm here. I'm getting involved in the culture more. Like I literally remixed a famous statue piece through Haitian culture, and I made it like a female version of it.
You made this?
Yeah, I did that. I did this mural and this mural too. Yeah, this is the first tattoo shop in Little Haiti. It was the only tattoo